Alrighty, well, it's time for my weekly nice hash update. And so, real quick, the beginning of this week went pretty strong. I was sitting at about now here. I'm not really going to use Bitcoin to talk about this right now because of the huge fluctuations. Man, this is not. There we go. Because of the huge fluctuations in price that we're seeing. I mean, Bitcoin at this moment, it's midnight, meaning it just became the 19th of May. Um, so Bitcoin at the moment is about $39,500. It's pretty down compared to what it was before, which is not really a big deal. Sure, it means what I already mine is kind of worth a little bit less. But if you kind of look at it in the long term, this kind of means that I'll be getting more Bitcoin itself, which hopefully will increase in value over time. And so the beginning of this week was going really strong, and I was getting about, I mean, I want to say 40 bucks per day, $42 per day, I believe, which is, I mean, it's insane because my usual is not anywhere near that. And so basically, to be fair, I did cheat a little bit because I was using my laptop to mine for a little bit just during that peak time early this week, or last week, I guess. And that has a 2080 Super. But again, it's the Max Q and all that BS. So I don't really remember. Well, actually, let's check. Let's just see what type of speeds I was getting on that. Alrighty, so I was basically getting about 28.2 megahashes per second on that, which is really not too bad. My whole thing was is that it's just been sitting there, and so that one was a lot cooler. It was sitting in my room, and I set it up for it to be cooled down, and I kept an eye on temperatures, and it seemed fine. It's a really terrible idea to mine on a laptop. I wouldn't recommend it, but I was just like, hey, it's these probably a couple hours, which is what I expected. It ended up being a couple days, but I was just like, it's not too long that we're gonna get to be out here mining the crazy inflated numbers that we were getting early in the week. And so just playing around in this, in my peak times, I was getting about $40 a day, which ends up being 0.0095 Bitcoin. Now, I don't know if that's calculating at the time that I was mining, or actually, that wouldn't make sense. Yeah, it's still, well, I guess the dollar amount is what I meant. It's at 37.64 per day, which I don't know if that's the same as right now or if it's calculating at the time. But regardless, though, I was getting about $40 an hour per day. $40 an hour, that'd be great. But $40 an hour, I cannot talk. $40 a day back during the peak times, but now that things have kind of dipped back down, in the past day, my average has been about $16, which is 0.004 Bitcoin. I mean, that is what, less than half at this point. And I mean, of course, there's that one 2080 Super that's been removed, but even then, that shouldn't make that big a difference. But obviously, we knew that this wouldn't last forever, and it did kind of trend down, and now it's kind of leveled out a little bit. And then my last 6 hours here have been 16.4 per day, which is again about 0.004 Bitcoin. It looks like right now our current profitability is $36, but that doesn't really mean anything. But hopefully that means that we're getting a little bit of an uptick, and maybe the market will start going crazy again, which is good for us. But I did want to say one thing, that everything has been running good. My only complaint is on this Alienware Aurora R11 with the 3080. So it is still overheating. So if you look here, it says device is running too hot, performance is degraded, and the actual temperature is fine, but the memory, as far as I know, overheats on these cards. It's known for that. And so I think Alienware came out with a solution where they would water cool the GPUs. Now, I checked the comments, and some people were saying if I just remove the side panel, that should help a lot. And so I did remove the side panel. It did not seem to help. In my case, which is fine. For some people it might work. For me, it doesn't, I guess. But of course, I have two hot PCs running right next to it, and this room is set to about 80 degrees. So it is pretty warm in here. And then one thing to note is that my Amazon, when I bought this, I bought it off Amazon. The seller showed that it would be water cooled, but this one is not. So I contacted the seller. He says, where does it say in the ad there's water cooled? I showed him, and he said, oh, well, I apologize. That's my fault. And he told me that I could return it. And so my only thing is that I don't want to return it. I want to exchange it. So I'm kind of in the process of talking to them right now. And if I can get an exchange working, then that'd be perfect because I can order that one and not have any downtime. I can just kind of swap them out. And so that's the hope. Other than that, I'll keep posting these weekly updates for myself and for my viewers. And I think other than that, should be good to go.